Travis Wayne Goodsell. I finally got to the point in season 15, episode 21, where Abby Shudo is shot by the homeless guy trying to rob her, and they MI6. Is it MI6? It's the James Bond agency. But so I was kind of wondering, waiting to see how they got rid of her, because I knew that of the incident where she accused Gibbs of sicking his dog on her, and so she thinks it was intentional. And I've seen in season 15 here how CBS, and specifically NCIS, have separated the two in the show, as Gibbs no longer goes down to the lab, giving Abby calf pow and kissing her and telling her she did a great job and whatever. So I sort of recognized the distancing that had taken place on the show, and so I was just now wondering, okay, well, what happens to Abby? Does she get killed? Does she leave? How does it happen? And I don't know yet. She may still recover. I did see the scene for the next episode on CBS's All Access channel that showed her in a hospital bed. So I guess they're going to drag it out so that she can get paid for the full season. And as we hear in the news about Texas, that's the biggest one right now, how the government is just not caring. It's up to the local officials to actually do something to help, as the governor and Cruz are just... Cruz fled the country. Dear God. Democrats, they think that Ted Cruz's political career should be over with now. The Texans won't put up with what Cruz did by fleeing the country, rather than staying and trying to help. But it doesn't seem to be the case. There doesn't seem to be justice for we the people. Here in Utah, the day before Nelson's birthday in September, we had the big windstorm. It knocked everybody's power out in this valley. Even mine eventually got it later that afternoon, as I did videos while the power was out, and uploaded them when the power came back on. And I then watched day after day after day thereafter, waiting for the church to at least give condolences. If they don't want to help with, rescue package that they do for other places, at least they could say, we're sorry that everybody's suffering. Nothing. They never said or did anything for Utah, for Mormons who are here because this is where the headquarters of the church is. My parents moved to Utah specifically knowing that the next move that they would make would likely be their retirement move or preparation for a retirement move. and they wanted to be next to a temple. They're hardcore Mormon, and so all of the negative stuff about the church just slides right off of them. They don't hear it, they don't interpret it, they don't care. And that's the way Mormons are. They get mad at me. And so, as I've told you, the church attacked me when I came to them in 1998, letting them know, hey guys, I deciphered Paleo-Hebrew. Joseph Smith is correct in the King Follett Discourse with his translation of the Hebrew text of the Bible. And they first did their typical thing of trying to have me excommunicated. That failed. And so at that point, yes, I was like every other popular ex-Mormon that gets excommunicated with the wrath of the church. But they helped the woman formerly called my first wife, who took the kids away from me. She fled the country. And the church helped her and refused to do anything for me. The family proclamation says that if there are any problems in the marriage, it's the guy's fault. Because the guy is the presider, the guy is supposed to provide. So if there's any problems, it's the guy's fault. And so according to that philosophy, there was no help for a guy like me. I am discriminated against based on my sex. And so I tried the legal process to get my kids back, and rejected by everybody. John Huntsman Jr.'s governor's office, the police, the Attorney General, and the courts. As it's common here in Utah to deny people a petition for redress of grievances. I can file, but they will not allow the presentation of evidence, which is required in the Constitution. And so yes, technically the Constitution has already fallen into ruin for a long time now. That final thread has been cut. And there's a Thomas More's Utopia, where he discusses how a government that trains people, educates people to be criminals, and then punishes the people once they commit acts of crime, that's the utopian principle. And that's what we're seeing in Texas, or will see in Texas. It's what I saw on NCIS, is that when the government refuses to take care of its people, the people are left with no recourse but to commit crime in order to survive. To lie, to steal, to cheat, to murder. And of course, the cops are right there to lock people up, to punish people for committing crimes just so that they can survive. And I was worried about the coronavirus, that I was going to see more of what I saw. And we did. We saw an increase in convenience store robberies and bank robberies during the coronavirus here in Utah. And with the Black Lives Matter protesters, I'm sorry, but protesting doesn't work when the government is corrupt. They are purposely forcing protesters to be violent because our voices are not heard. They don't give a damn. And they know that once we riot, they've got us. And they exercise their authority and power over us to punish us for what they themselves caused. This is the corruption of America. This is fallen America. And it was long before Trump. Trump just pushed the strings. And so with my videos, it's not for money. I'm not asking for or seeking money from you. I'm not part of the YouTube partner program crap. And as a result, YouTube can now justify throttling my views. Keep it away from those that would give me hundreds and thousands and tens of thousands that I was getting on my regular channel before they started the partner program. But the church got YouTube to shut me down on the original channel, as the church has shut me down on my website, as I was getting 3,000 views per day. And then the church came in and I disappeared. Now granted, it was because I had awesome pictures that were flooding the internet. If you see my thumbnail pictures, you get kind of an idea of the kind of pictures I was providing on the internet. But they're all gone now for the most part, because they shut me down. The church has been trying to assassinate me. All because I'm a translator and they're not. And so my videos are not designed to profit from you, profit off of you. My videos are not to make me popular. I don't do like and subscribe below. And I'm not here to entertain you either. You know, I'm boring, my voice puts people to sleep. And so yes, if you're having trouble sleeping, just play one of my videos. Depending on how quickly you want to go to sleep, or how quickly it'll take you to get to sleep. How much you want osmosis learning in your sleep. You have your various time-framed videos. But I hope that don't pursue information about the church based on entertainment quality or want to pay somebody to hear the latest crimes of the church, the real information about the church, because I'm giving you correct information. I'm not lying and deceiving in order to get gain or to entertain. And the scriptures talk about that. Many are called, but few are chosen. Why are they not chosen? Because they set their hearts on the things of the world and aspire to the honors of men. And priestcraft. Yeah, purposely get gain so that you can get praise of the world, and you neglect the people. So that's what happens when people lie to you, is you're getting played. And we saw how that works as Trump led his MAGA followers to prison. They're all going to prison now. And they're using their justification in court as, well, you know, we were under orders of Trump. We were just doing what he told us to do. Trump's getting away with it. He's been acquitted, you know, and until they actually arrest him, I don't give a damn about any investigation that's going on. I mean, Trump committed his crimes in the public view. There's no investigation needed. And yet they still claim, oh, we're still investigating. How many years has it been? You know, if they're waiting for Merrick Garland to be sworn in, great. Then I would expect the very hour or next day, just a whole swamp, a whole flood of lawsuits, of FBI bursting in Mar-a-Lago and yanking him out in his tighty whities, using a magazine to smack him on his ass. But until we start holding those in power, those in authority, those in leadership accountable, to punish them in accordance with the crimes of which they committed, and as a leader, it becomes aggravated. Which means it requires a far worse punishment than if it were one of us. Trump has committed capital crimes. The only justice that is good enough is capital punishment. And the church, they're getting away too. They need to be held accountable. So I can't make you love me if you don't. That's the theme song in the description below. I've already got it up on the screen. It's up to you guys to decide what reality you're going to live in. You know, I can tell you the truth, but it's up to you to choose not to believe it, but to actually confirm that it is true. Because nobody's confirming whether the church is telling you lies or truth. Not Mormons, not ex-Mormons. So I've confirmed it. And it's not just they're lying to us. It's intentional, premeditated, orchestrated for 200 years. That's the depths of evil that we need to be frightened of. That if the church gets away with it, we are all in trouble. But that's why the church wants me assassinated now. Whereas the rest, it works just excommunicating you. Because the excommunicated Mormons were believing in the lie, and it was just too much for them to handle. And so, yeah, they love you because you're weeding out the weak for them. You're taking away Mormons who aren't strong in the faith. In other words, you're getting rid of all the good Mormons, which is good, but then the Mormons are out of the fire and into the frying pan, because it's not the fire is the church.